Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen. So here we are on Lakeville. Look at the team lineup. So we got one, two, three, four, five, six Unicom players. They've got one, two, three, four Super Unicom players, and I think three of them were platooned up. Yep, three of them were platooned up, and I guess they didn't think that was going to be bad enough of an ass whooping that they threw in a third, or excuse me, a fourth. So they got four Super Unicoms and two Unicom players. Look at the lineup. What do you think's going to happen here? What are the odds of us to actually pull a win off in this match? Um, Guessing, I'd say about a 5% chance. So, what do you think a lot of people are going to do when they see a match line up like this? Well, your artillery's probably going to go, oh, let's go swimming. Or pull over here by a rock and blow themselves up. Or your big tanks will just go drown themselves or just be like, to hell with it, and they'll just escape out, go to the next match. So, I've always looked at it. I prefer a match that there is some pretty hard odds, because if you can win that match, it shows that, your whole team worked as basically one big unit, and you were able to, overcome the odds of a team that should have kicked the snot out of you and pull out a win. So the good thing was, great, it was really nice that no one went and killed himself or drowned themselves. But the team that we were facing, yeah, very tough team. Very good clans that were, villain that were teamed up together, and goons, and yeah, 2,000 IQ, or excuse me, 200 IQ, and just the odds of us to win this match were so slim that, oh yeah, and I get pinched in here like a zit. But yeah, the odds of us to win this match were just really almost slim to none. I mean, basically, there's just no chance of us to have a chance to even win this match. There's Sheridan Pops in there, and we're all getting ready to take some rounds on him. My buddy DJ in one of the E100s actually takes a chunk out of him there. Yeah, knocked 806 off him. That was a nice shot from him. But, we're all in... I keep running into these damn rocks. I don't know how many times I've run into them damn things now. But, all three of us that were platooned up here, we're heading into the city. Inbound is already up there in his E100. I'm here in my VK721K, and inbound, or DJ's back here in his E100. We're all heading to the city. We know pretty much, basically, that's where all the heavy hitters are going to be. That's where a lot of their big stuff is going to be going, and that's the big Clash of the Titans. Well, then I look over here to my surprise, and on our mini-map, you can already see we've got two of the Super Unicoms right on our back door. Right, literally on our back door. Here, let's do this real quick. I forgot to change this. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm going to change the... Oh, I'm telling you, this is so irritating with this. Whoops, where is it? Controls. Where is, Can't remember where the, setting is for... screw it. I can't remember where the damn setting is for the, mini-map. Well, darn it all. I thought it was under general. Oh, yep, there it is. So we're going to make this so it's not so darn bright. See, I thought it was somewhere easy to find. So anyways, we're heading to the city. They're already knocking on our back door. So I'm just driving over this way thinking to myself, yeah, this is probably not going to turn out good. We've already lost our 4005, so one of our big guns is already out of the game. There's 2 mediums, 3 mediums in the city, and a tank destroyer. Tank destroyer is kind of sitting back here, probably thinking about what he wants to do, and the mediums are trying to get shots basically across over here. And then basically I'm going to move up into this position and see what I can do to hold these guys back from coming up here. And I'm going to use this rock pile for basically frontal armor. That way when I pull up to that, they can't get shots at my lower plate, because that's the weak spot on this tank basically. That and these little side pieces right here, they did buff them up drastically, but they are still considered a weak spot. And the IS-7 slinging premium rounds. Pretty soon, here in a minute, everything that's hitting me is gold rounds. Everybody starts getting a little bit, I think, pissed that they weren't penetrating me, and they all decide to start just slinging premium rounds at me. But that's okay, because I've got premium rounds and I use them too. So we hit the moss on the side for a whopping 244 damage with an HE shell. But if I would have shot a heat shell at him, it would have bounced. If I would, because of the angle. And if I would have shot an AP round at him, the AP rounds on this thing suck. Well, they did buff them up to 246, but 246 on the side of a moss, it would have bounced. So you can see we're starting to get hit with pretty much all premium rounds, but they haven't even penned us yet. So we just hit the moss again with a heat, that time it was a HE shell again for 484. And I've got a shell loaded, or excuse me, that was a heat shell loaded, and it bounced, and now we're loading the HE shell, and we just bounced 750 damage from the T110E4. And let's just take a peek at the front of this. So you can see, you know, they're trying to hit that front lower plate, but I'm also at a pretty good angle from where they're shooting. So that little bit of an angle is close to a 45 from where they're setting. So that's basically doubling my frontal armor right there. And in a minute here, I start backing up completely behind this pile, because they got, I think I pissed them off, and they finally just start charging at me. And again, the moss hits us with a premium round, just knocks our track off. And we hit the T110E4. I think that was with a 286. Yeah, that was with a regular HE shell, not a heat shell, just HE. But this is where, you know, you really gotta change what shells you're using back and forth. Now that time I hit the moss in the lower plate with a HE shell, and I wish I would have had a heat or an AP shell loaded, because I would have went right through his front lower license plate. Easy cheesy. So now I've got a heat shell loaded, and we go right through that, the cheek of the turret there, and hit him for a nice 767. And I've got some nice backup here. I've got my buddy Inbound that's backing me up, and behind him, if I can show you, you can see that tank destroyer back there, the E3. So I've got backup behind me. Now I see that E4, and I know he's a one-shot with a heat round, so we take him out and finish him off. And you can see that they're on our cap, but my buddy DJ is actually over here, and he is just pounding the piss out of them every time they go to try. Here we hit that IS-7 in the lower plate with a nice heat round and knock I think it was 818 off them there. No, they're starting to pen me now, and let's get just an idea where they're penning me. It's probably, no, I thought it was going to be right there. I'm guessing, oh yep, that's the front, the lower plate. See right there, and you can see another one right over there. That's the weak spot on this. So I was trying to keep my front kind of as close to this rock as I could, or this rock pile, but still try and be able to get shots off. So the moss, I think I pop out here and I shoot the moss there again, take him out. Yep. Now the IS-7 is Gonna push forward. He takes a shot on me here. And bounces. And I thought, you know what? I'm gonna go for him. And that's when inbound, my buddy here, he's coming after him too. The mistake I made right there is I had a heat shell loaded. And I hit him in the side. Right there. And that's all spaced armor. So basically, that was a stupid shot on my part. What I should have done is shot him right here. More than likely, well, I would have went through him no problem right there. And a good chance I could have ammo racked him too. So that was just piss poor shooting on my part. You know, you get... And we bounced another round there. The IS-7, I think he ran out of premium rounds. But, because he's starting to shoot just AP. But we had a 430U back there. So we needed to take this IS-7 out. I was going to ram him, but he takes my track off. And then I go to shoot at his engine deck, and it actually bounces off his engine deck. I'm like, you've got to be shitting me. Now, I told Inbound, my buddy here in the E100, I said, can you deal with him? I'm going to turn around and deal with this 430U. So I turn around, come up here, and the 430U makes a run for it. I don't know what he was thinking. And we take him out, and I just bounced a couple rounds, one from the Grill 15. Not sure, he had to hit me in the back somewhere. Got this pretty looking camo, and it's kind of hard to see oh, right there. I think that might have been, no, there's one of the bounces right there. Green is a bounce, usually red is a penetration. Yeah, that must have been the Grill 15, must have hit me right there. But yeah, so we bounced a couple more rounds because I got hit twice there. Once from the Grill and the 430U, he shot as he went by. And yeah, you can see that the IS-7 is out of premium rounds now, and he's shooting just standard AP rounds. So I was trying to turn around to help my buddy with the 705A because he got rid of the IS-7, and the 705A popped out of the side there, and I take a shot at him with an HE shell and only do 71. So yeah, that shot didn't work out too well, but I load a heat shell next, and on the 705A and the 705, the tier 9 and the tier 10, I'm going to show you where you want to shoot it. I back up here thinking he was going to, you know, push towards me, and he decided to stay there, but I'm going to show you where you want to shoot one of these things. Shoot him in that, right there, right where I'm aimed at right here. You can shoot him in the lower plate, but if you can hit him up here, usually on the right side, you will knock out his engine and set him on fire. So we hit him for 722. Unfortunately, I did not set him on fire, but all I want to do right now is face hug him because I know he is not going to be able to pen me anywhere. I'm trying to get enough speed to ram him and try and do some damage that way. And these guys came around the corner and finished him off. So that was good teamwork on the part of the mediums to come up through and give me a hand. Artillery did splash next to me. It didn't do any damage, but it just stunned my crew. But, you know, I would have taken out the 705A, but it's always nice to get a little help, and the 30B and the 430U came up to help clean up the rest, but we've already knocked out all their Super Unicom players. All they have left now is a Unicom player and Green, which is Green, still good players, don't get me wrong. I saw the 4005 setting up here, and I thought, hey, I'm going to get a shot at him, and I had a HE shell loaded, so I would have done a lot of damage to him. Unfortunately, you'll see what happens, because it's got kind of a long aim time, and he was already zoomed in on me, and he plugs me for 629 and takes me out. He got a good shot on me. If I would have had my front facing him, more than likely he probably would have only done about 300, but he was able to hit me in the side armor right here, and that's going to be, you know, weak right there. So that's why he did pretty much a full penetrating shot. But anyways, we still haven't won. They're on our cap, but my buddy DJ is over here in his E100, and the T100 LT is trying to get lights up here. And I go over to my buddy DJ here in a minute, and we'll watch him open up a can of whoop ass on these guys up there. So he's in a really good spot. He's got 657 health. So, you know, you don't want to get hit by the 183, and basically 2 shots from a Super Conqueror. So So he takes out the 183, which obviously you want to take out the target with the more dangerous gun. Now the only problem we run into now is our T100LT just got taken out, so DJ has to rely on his crew to spot the targets by himself. I'm not sure if he hits that. Yeah, I hit the Grill 15 with an HE shell for 404. So basically, to be honest with you, DJ and his E100 right here really saved our asses. He just got hit by the the Super Conqueror. I thought the Super Conqueror got knocked out. So DJ takes a shot and misses, but he ends up, I think, hitting this Grill 15 in the keister here in a minute for a whole lot. I think that Grill 15's got only like 50 health or something after DJ hits him. Yeah, left him with 71. So I think with DJ being back here in his E100, that really sealed the deal with us winning this match, because he's been covering this cap for the longest time, and he just takes out the whatever that was up there, 40. I can't remember what was up there. Whatever was up there. Grill 15. But yeah, so DJ really sealed the deal on us winning this, because him watching this base, our base here, he kept getting resets, and you know, they weren't able to cap us out, because if he wouldn't have watched the cap there, I think it would have been about probably an 85% chance they probably would have out capped us, because they had kept getting tank after tank on our cap. I don't know why I went back to my dead tank. Oh, I think I was looking at my damage or something. But yeah, so all they got left is artillery, and he's about to die, and he is now dead. So yeah, so when you get a match where you look at a crew setup like this, or a team setup like this, where they've got 4 super unicoms and 2 unicoms, or a whole bunch of unicoms, or whatever, you know, don't automatically give up, seriously, because this match, if all of us would have went into this match with the attitude of we're going to lose, we probably would have lost. But a lot of us didn't. And if you look, anybody with an X has XVM, so they can see the stats like I'm showing you right now. So we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10 people, basically, you know, 3/4 of our team could see what they had. They had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I thought they had more. But they have at least 6 of them had XVM. I'm surprised this guy didn't here. Normally, your Unicoms and Super Unicoms and a lot of your people that are green, that are getting real close to Unicom stats, will have XVM. And it helps out because you can see the stats of all the enemy tanks. I recommend it because you know, then you do the XVM damage, basically. You pick out whoever is the best players, your Super Unicoms, then your Unicoms, and you want to take them out first because they are the ones that can make the biggest difference in a match. So yeah, so don't always count your chickens before they're hatched because, right off the bat, I was thinking the same thing. The other 2 guys, Inbound and DJ, were thinking. We actually said it to each other, like, boy, look at this skewed setup. We don't have a chance. We're gonna die. This is, And I said, well, let's go to the city and do what we can, and we did, and we, ended up kicking the snot out of them. So, anyways, if you want to hold on for a minute, I will have some post-game stats for you. So I will be right back. Alrighty, so platooned up with a couple buddies, and the odds of us winning that match were pretty much slim to none. And the whole team, it wasn't just myself or my platoon, the 3 of us, we had a huge impact on winning that match. But basically, all in all, it took a team effort to win that match, and the team really kind of came together and worked as one cohesive unit, and basically we overcame a match we should have probably lost. They had, I think, 4 Super Unicom players, I think 3 of them were platooned up, and then they threw in another Super Unicom, I guess, for good measure. And then they had, I don't know if I can see, I can't see on that. And I think they had a couple, like 2, maybe 3 Unicom players, and 1 red player who I think was playing artillery. So, not really, the red player really wasn't in position to make or break the game anyways. He was playing artillery. So, we had 3 Unicom players. That's it. The odds of us winning that match were pretty slim. And we were able to pull it off. And yeah, so that's why, a lot of people, they've got that percentage that shows at the beginning of the match that you have 2% chance of winning a match, or 50 or 80 or whatever. And a lot of people will say, oh, we've got a 2% chance of winning. They'll go dive off in the water, pull up to a wall and blow themselves up, and basically give up before the match even starts. And this is one of those matches that most people would have looked at on our team and went, yeah, we don't have a chance in frickin' hell to win this match, so I'm just going to go blow myself up or drown myself. And look, this is why I always tell people, don't give up till the fat lady sings. Don't stop shooting, just because you think, it's over with. I mean, I've been in matches where it's been down to me and an artillery, myself in the artillery, against 2 or 3 tanks, and pulled off a win. Where most people in artillery would have said, screw this, and blew themselves up, or went and dove off into the water. That's why I go down fighting, tooth and nail. I do whatever I can to try and make that, turn that match around to be a win. And this just happened to be one of those matches. So, anyways, I got a Master Ace Tanker, a Fire for Effect Duelist, Bruiser, and a High Caliber. We bounced a buttload of damage and did a buttload of damage. So, the IS-7, we hit him 2 times for 1,470 damage, and knocked off his track, bounced 4 of his rounds, and he got hit for 481 upon me knocking his track off. The Mouse there, I hit him 5 times for 1914, finished him off, and knocked off his track, bounced 2 of his rounds. The Object 705A, hit him twice for 793, knocked out his engine and his track, bounced 1 of his rounds. The Object 430U, finished him off, did 2 shots of damage for 1387, knocked out his fuel tank, and bounced 3 of his rounds and originally spotted him. The Grill 15, we bounced 1 of his rounds, and the T-110E4, we finished him off, hit him twice for 890 in damage, knocked out his track, bounced 1 of his rounds, and damage upon his spotting him was 365. I switched between HE and heat shells. I do carry a handful, I think like 4, maybe 4. Yeah, 4 AP rounds, so if there's 4005, something that's really lightly armored, a Grill 15, and I'm going for them, then I know to load, I switch in between shells. But I've been finding that I switch in between HE and heat, and I'm doing a lot more damage, because if I shoot that heat shell and it bounces, and then I turn around, the next shell that comes out of my gun is going to be a HE shell. That's going to be guaranteed damage. It might only be 250 or 300 damage, but it's better than bouncing again. And it kind of really varies on what I'm shooting at. If it's something that's really heavily armored, hard to penetrate, a lot of spaced armor, and I know heat's not going to go through it, then I'll throw an HE shell at them somewhere and just try and mess up their gun or knock out their crew and do, 200, 250 damage. It's got a pretty long load time on this. It's 16.51, but, you can get some shells off. If you start getting this gun singing, you can do really good. But I did the most damage of 6,454, got 3 kills and a base experience of 1209. DJ, my buddy that was in the clan, or in my clan also, was platooned up with an his E100, did 5,313 damage. He got 3 kills and a base experience of 1118. So, yeah, really good. And then our other buddy, Inbound, that's in our clan also, he was in his E100, and he did 1714 damage, got a kill with a base experience of 822. So I had 16 shots, 16 hit, 13 pen. So that's what I'm saying by you can't always rely on those heat shells because they just don't like going through certain things that have a lot of spaced armor because it detonates on the outside then does nothing. So that's where I swap in between HE shells or an AP shell if it's something that I can get a shot at their lower plate. This match I just shot all heat and HE though. So 6,454 damage. We got hit 17 times, 5 penetrated us, 12 bounced, and we got hit with some splash damage, so we blocked 5,430 damage. I got into a perfect spot right where I was at, and the thing, that lower plate is kind of the weakest area that they can penetrate, or these angle, this area right here on this used to be a really bad weak spot, but they toughened it up quite a bit. The last update, they buffed that area up on this tank so that it's still, you can still pen it, but they did make it a little bit tougher to pen, and they also buffed up the frontal armor on this, but the lower front plate is still a weak spot. It's not like the buff that they did to it, because if you look at that and the PZ7, if you look at the armor values, they're exactly the same. But they did something to the VK7201K, the reward tank, to this area and toughened up the armor in that particular area. So it's not quite a weak spot, I guess. Which, believe me, I'm thankful. Damage blocked by armor was 5,430. Spotted 1. Damage 5. Destroyed 3. Damage with our assistance was 846. I did have a personal reserve popped, and I made 59,218 credits. Even if I didn't have that popped, I still would have made 18,000 credits. So still would have made some credits. And we got 17 bonds. I always love making those bonds. I wish they would sell those bonds in the store, and that would make it a little bit easier for people that are real serious gamers, even if they were expensive. You know, people that play the game that are serious gamers with World of Tanks, like myself and several people in my clan, would probably jump on those things, you know, like crazy to buy if they sold bonds. And I think they really should, because, I mean, you can get them in battles like this, but it's far and few between when you make 17 or 18 bonds. I mean, you got to get a lot of awards to get a lot of bonds. So I spent all the bonds that I had earned to get the reward tank after the clan war. I ended up getting the T95E6, which I really love this tank. It's except for that growth rate there. That'll catch you off guard a lot of times. You'll think that you're hauled down enough, and then all of a sudden, bam, somebody hits you right there, and it's like, crap. But this is definitely not a frontline. It's a setback and snipe medium tank. So, but yeah. Anyways, so that was just a match I wanted to throw in here just to show you. Don't give up. You know, try. There was no way, and you'll see. Well, you saw what the odds were stacked against us with, and we actually pulled that off. I mean, they were on our cap within minutes of the match starting. I told my buddy, I'm like, oh crap, DJ, we're gonna have to turn around, and he turned around and watched the cap, and he was just whooping their ass. When they would try getting on the cap, he would launch a frickin' missile from the E100s there and just pound the crap out of them. So yeah, he really, actually I want to see, I'm gonna be Snoopy. Oh, and the excuse me, the WN8 on that match was 7,559, so I was pretty happy about that. But I wanted to see defense. So yeah, he got 30 defense points. I was gonna say I knew he got some defense points on that because he was babysitting the cap for us, or we would have definitely lost. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that match, and like I said, you know, don't give up. You just don't give up so quick and easy, because you'd be amazed on the matches that if you really put your mind to it and don't think, we're going to lose before the match even starts, you know, that you can actually pull off a win out of a match like this one where we should have probably lost. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please click the like button down below and subscribe to the channel. You guys take it easy, be safe, and I will see you on the battlefield.